Hi guys, good to see you in a new year. Wow, it's been quite a while, but so glad to see you. We are here hanging out again at the Sheltered Podcast. It's been quite a while. I would have loved to say Happy New Year, this being our very first episode this year, 2023. But well, it's in February. But anyways, Happy New Year. I hope you've been keeping well and you've been growing like I have been. And I'm so glad to see you, all of you. Your immense support means everything to me. We are growing and growing. We are on our way to 200 subscribers. That's awesome, guys. Thank you so much. And you're a blessing to me, as always, like you know. So let's get right into the episode. I was thinking, and of course I intended to do this earlier, but because of the issues of life that happened, I couldn't manage. But here we are, and we thank God that we could get to this point and do this. So I was thinking about New Year and the resolutions and everything that we are planning to do, not to do, be better, not do better, differently, all of that. And I believe you've made your resolutions like I have. If you've not, you must do that. It's not late yet. We're just in February, the second month of the year, 10 more to go. So there's still room for you to be able to do it. Yeah. So I was thinking about resolutions, and resolutions are just intentional decisions that you're deciding, I'm gonna work on this, I'm gonna stand for this, and I will do this, that, or the other. And so I was thinking and I was wondering, yes, we've made these resolutions, but then how are we able to keep them? How are we gonna be able to keep ourselves focused to achieving them? We've made the resolutions, yes, but are we going to really achieve them? Because year in, year out, we're always putting down everything that we're gonna do differently, everything we plan on achieving. But mostly, I don't know about you, but previously I found myself that I didn't achieve quite a number of those resolutions that I hoped I would, which was not really encouraging. But I guess as we grow, we just know better and then we do better. And I was listening to someone, and she was saying that if we can get to the roots, we can change the fruits. So sometimes our fruits, even as we journey towards achieving these resolutions that we have made, our roots could be not good, and that's why our fruits are not giving. Our fruits are not being fruitful, really. And that's why I thought it's good if we address this, because I know we always used to how to make new resolutions, how to not make them, but then we don't know how to keep ourselves focused to achieve them. And so today I just came so that we could have that conversation and reason together. How can we keep ourselves focused? How can we be able to achieve them? And I hope you didn't over plan about them, like you have 15 resolutions. It's not a bad thing. Maybe you're graced differently that you could be able to do it, but I think it's just okay if you limit yourself to a few things that are achievable. The SWOT way of planning and achieving goals. your strength, weaknesses, objectives, and targets. They should be realistic, achievable, and all of that. So yeah, I think it's about you just limiting yourself to things that really matter, not limiting, but just planning what you can handle at a time. And that's why we realize that we need goals that are uh, short term and long term goals, because even as we are planning these resolutions, they're like just goals that we're planning to achieve in this new year. And that's okay, that's all right, totally. But then don't overwhelm yourself with everything, and then when you're not able to achieve them, you begin, thoughts of failure begin kicking in, and you're feeling like you're not good enough, you didn't do enough, you are just failing and failing and failing. Sometimes it's just because you overdid it for you. Just take what you can handle at a time, and then work on that. When you're done, get to the next thing. That's how you realize even progress. But then when you have a whole lot of everything on your shoulders, it's hard, it's tiresome, it's cumbersome. Like, it just wears you out, and you begin feeling like you're a failure, and you don't do enough, and you're not good enough, and you're not this, you're that, you're all of that. So it's just about taking what you can handle. And that takes me to maybe one of the things I was reasoning, and how can I keep myself focused on these goals. One, it's by taking the goals that really matter. You see, there are things that we want to do, but they don't really kind of matter in our lives. But then the things that really matter for you could be your academics, for someone else could be their finances, for somebody else could be their relationships, for someone else could be their career, for somebody else, maybe a content creator like myself, could be, that thing that they are doing on that social media platform. So take things that really matter first of all. What is that major thing that I want to see come to manifest excellently in the new year for me, and at the end of the year for me? And that thing should be where I am putting all my energy at. Not like literally the whole time I'm there, but most of my time I am focused on how to grow in that area. Be it my I was talking to a friend of mine, and she was telling me that she really wants to work on how she relates with people this year. It's because she has realized I am good at so many things that I do, but when it comes to how I handle people, it's not quite good. And so it's something, like, we know we are relational beings as humans, so we can't just do without relating. So she wants to build up on that. And I know you have some one particular area of your life that you're telling yourself, I want to be better in this. I want to, when I am turning to the next year, I want to look back and check on my list and be like, I did it. And, just feel proud about yourself. Yeah, so first of all, like we have just mentioned, is take what really matters for you. Things that don't matter, be it friendships, be it activities that you take up once in a while. See, things that don't really matter should be some of the things you're cutting off, because we are limited of time. Time is never enough. I was just reasoning the other day, and I was as I was working with someone, and I was telling them I have never found myself at a point where I'm like, I have done everything, I am now free. Like, I haven't found myself at that point for a very long time. And so anytime I have to rest, it's like, you know what? A life is not ending today. Just pause a little, take a break, take a breather, and just relax for a bit. But time is never enough. And that takes me to another thing that we need to consider as we focus on attaining and achieving these goals and these resolutions, is that, remember, you are competing against time. You are working against time. It's not against a friend. It's not against whatever thing. It's not against even anything. It's just against time. So if you find yourself you're behind time, then I guess it's about a moment you realize, really, I am not journeying towards achieving the resolutions I made for myself in 2023. So remember, it's always against time. Time will never be enough. And that's why you need to cut off things and people that don't really matter, that are not building you, that are not helping you become that woman, that man you ought to become, that, whatever it is that you're journeying to become. If it's about time, then it means you want to do more savings, then you need to give more time to things that can generate income for you, not just Netflix and chill. It's not like it's a bad thing. You could do that once in a while for leisure, yes, but then it shouldn't be like the thing that you're always doing. Every evening you're on your laptop or on your screen just watching. It won't help. It won't really help you, become that person you're aiming at becoming in this new year. So I guess just always remind yourself, I'm working against time. So when you're working against time, you will not have a moment of being sluggish and just lying and lazing around. That will not be you. And of course, here at the Sheltered Podcast, remember we said it's about growth in excellence. So you need to be excellent anyway, in whatever way, in all areas of your life. You can't just afford to misuse your time. Sometimes I know you feeling like, why must I always wake up so early? Why must I always be the one to struggle and stress about life issues? But I haven't seen a successful person who achieved it by being mediocre, who achieved it by being relaxed, who achieved it by just being, normal. They always went the extra mile. They always stretched. They always did more than they were asked. They always. And on that point, I would recommend a book by Robin. It's called The 5 a.m. Club. Go find that book, either in audio listen or in ebook, and just read it. But that book will really help you realize time is precious. I know we know it, but somehow that book just brings it a whole new level. It just takes it a notch higher. So go get yourself a copy of the 5 a.m. Club, and you will not regret that decision. Another thing I thought and I think would really help us to keep focused, to keep the focus and stay, at the place where we are after our goals and achieving these resolutions, is having a theme of the year. What's your theme this year? What's your theme? Like, for example, my theme this new year is excellence. Yours could be flourish. Somebody else could be nourish. Somebody else's could be beauty. Somebody else's could be, I don't know, whatever virtue it is that you're choosing, that it should be your year's theme. But having a theme of the year will keep you on your toes. It will keep you at the point where you're like, I need to stay there. If it's about excellence, like my theme this year is excellence, I realize that I will not just do whatever I do out of just doing it for the sake of doing it. I will do it with excellence. I will want to give it everything so that I can achieve the excellence that I am aiming at in all areas of my life. Be it that I'm reading a book, be it that I'm doing my assignment in school, be it I'm working in a group, whatever area, pardon me, whatever area, you just need to have your theme, and then that theme can always guide you, and then you remind yourself every single day, I am working towards excellence, I am working towards flourishing, I am working towards beauty, towards strength, towards, joy, whatever. And then when issues of life are happening and you can't find that joy, you remind yourself, my theme is joy and strength and purpose, and whatever your theme. So having a theme, I think it just takes you to a point of you want to actually be within and about that every day, everywhere you are. Even your speech itself, it speaks flourishing, it speaks excellence, it speaks strength, it speaks lifting, if that's what your theme could be. But if you have a theme, I really believe it can help us to achieve our resolutions in the new year. Yeah, so and that theme, it's a this is a thing I know you've already heard about, and I really never thought it used to work until I tried it. Having a mantra that you have to repeat it to yourself and tell it to yourself continuously and consistently, remind yourself every morning or every moment that your mind or that chatterbox in your head is trying to tell you something different. A mantra really helps you. Like I would wake up every morning and tell myself, I am excellent. I am growing in excellence. I am an excellent speaker. I am an excellent student. I am an excellent friend. I am an excellent, Christian. I am an excellent everything that I am. I am an excellent journalist. I am an excellent financial whatever, conscious person. You just speak your theme to yourself every single day. I am an excellent human being. Like it keeps you it even renews your whole attitude. It changes everything about yourself. So I really think we can be able to achieve by keeping our minds and our hearts and our everything within about that theme that we are having and that we have set for ourselves every single day and moment of our waking up. Another thing I believe could help us achieve our resolutions is our why. See, for example, one of the resolutions I have this year is being charitable. It's just being about being a volunteer. I really am aiming at being able to put a smile on somebody's face, just showing up for someone who needs help, like volunteering. Just, I know you get my point. But then I will not keep volunteering in January, February, all the way to December if I don't have my why. What's my motive? What's my intention for volunteering? Is it so that people can see Lenah is doing it? Or is it because it fulfills me and it counts as a blessing to me and even to these people that I am showing up for? So your why. I know you have quite a number of resolutions that you've already put down. That's really awesome. But why did you resolve? If you want to work on changing a certain behavior about yourself, why did you, like I mentioned in one of the episodes in the past, I was telling you guys that I wasn't always this nice, sweet, kind, polite, and humble person. I would really get mad, and on getting mad, I would turn violent, like verbally and all. And yeah, I know you remember that. But the moment I decided I was changing, I always, whenever I was tempted to raise my voice at someone, I would always remind myself, why did you choose to change that about yourself? And whenever I knew it's because this was not doing me any good, neither was it doing the other person any good, and neither was it making God proud of me, then I was reminded that I need to refrain from being rude, from not becoming, from not shouting. So I believe when you have your why, when you have something that you remind yourself, this is the reason as to why I stopped doing this. This is the reason as to why I am journeying towards saving. You resolved, maybe I'm gonna save this year. So why are you saving? Is it so that a vacation would be a reason as to why you're saving? So when you are tempted to squander your money and you remember, I have a vacation, it just pulls you back and you can't spend anyhow. And if whatever thing that it is you decided to do differently or to start doing or to stop doing, always remind yourself, why did I resolve not to do that or to do it? So I want you to just remind yourself that it's about your reason, your motive. It's about your reason and your motive. And I guess finally, the other thing that could help us really keep achieving and growing towards those resolved decisions that we made, it's surrounding ourselves with the right people. Surround yourself with the, like it's said, I know it's a cliche, but it's true actually. Birds of the same feathers flock together. If you want to be someone of dignity, you can't be that if you're not working with people who are dignified. If you want to be someone who is growing, financially, you can't just work with people who just get money and all they think of is flash it with shopping and everything. You need to surround yourself with the right kind of people, accountability partners who can speak to you when you are almost forgetting why you began this or the other. This person could, just pinch you and remind you, this is why we began. Okay, so surround yourself with the right people, someone who will remind you, you decided you're gonna be waking up at 5 a.m. in 2023. What are you doing in bed at 5:01? You need to be awake. I just remembered this friend of mine, we were talking the other day, and he tells me they were out for some mission. And for the mission works, those who are Christians and who go out for that, they you keep watch overnight. You sleep in shifts. A few people are awake, are praying. Then after some time, they wake a few other people. And he was telling me that one of the people they were with, after he was done with his time of keeping watch and he went to wake this other guy, he was like, I cast out the spirit of sleep from this brother. And everyone was just cracking. That's just a way of like being accountable. He knew that sleep when it's about to dawn, it's always sweet, but then because there's a reason as to why they were keeping watch. That's why he had to do all of that, to just wake him up. On a light note though, so surround yourself with the right kind of people who think beyond, the normal, people who do not just want to settle for anything, give extra. Like in my theme this year of journeying towards excellence, I have told myself I'm gonna give extra beyond what has been asked of me, beyond what is expected of me. I'm gonna give extra. And it's because I've surrounded myself with people who just are showing up, and I'm like, wow, that's some kind of focus and energy, So the same case with you. Surround yourself with the right people. If it means just cutting off some people, why not? I mean, it's not like it's a matter of life and death for them to stay in your life. We need people, but then we also really need the right type of people in our lives. And so do not be deceived. Bad company ruins good morals, if you know that Bible verse. So keep yourself with the right type of company, associate with the right people. I think it's a clip that always went around sometimes back about that Reverend Lucy Natasha and said, association leads to assimilation. So whatever you associate yourself with, that's what you assimilate, and that's where you begin flowing from. So surround yourself with the right kind of people, and I'm quite sure by the time we are getting to the end of this year, you will look back and realize, wow, I really did achieve all of these, and you will be so so proud of yourself. So allow me to as I wind up to read a verse that has really been giving me confidence, even with all of these resolutions that I have made in my new year. And also remember to keep, your calendar in check. Have things that you've planned in your calendar, your to-do list every single morning, every single week. When the week begins, you're like, this is what I want to have achieved by the end of my week. And I am quite sure we are going to achieve. So about that Bible verse, it is in the book of Philippians chapter 1 and verse 6. Philippians chapter 1 and verse 6. It says, being confident of this very thing, that he who has begun a good work in you will perform it until the day of Jesus Christ. So this good work, you are the good work. First of all, just know you are the good work. Even before you begin the good works of, performing and resolving and achieving the resolutions, you yourself, you're the good work. But then, even the good work that is already begun on the inside of you, with the resolutions, with the dreams, with the goals and everything, there's someone who began that in you, and that is God, and he will bring it to accomplishment. He will not leave you halfway. If you've heard that song by Minister JUC that says, you're too faithful to fail me, He's too faithful to leave you halfway. He's too faithful to disappoint you. So the good work he has begun, just work with him to see it come to be. So yes, that's brings us to the end of our episode. I hope you've learned. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've gained something. And comment down below. Let me know a few other things we could incorporate, to help us stay focused. And of course, pray about it. Don't just move about it with your own strength. Not by might, not by power, but by the Spirit of God can we be able to do all of this. So just keep yourself, sheltered with the right kind of mindset and people and environment. And stay prayed up, stay encouraged, stay sheltered, stay beautiful, and I will see you next time in our next episode. Bye.